Hey, well, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Jared Ewing, and this is our Agent Spotlight for the week. This week's Agent Spotlight's my buddy straight out of the ATL, Rashad Gaines. What's going on, Rashad?
Oh, Jared, man, I'm blessed. How you doing?
Dude, I am a fantastic, man. And I got to say, before we go too far, remember, these are never scripted. We just like to get to know the agents and kind of their background. But I got to tell you, I got to give some props to Rashad. Rashad was one of our six-figure income earners this year. He got his income ring. And before we started, I kind of saw it. I was about to say, I saw it. So show the ring. You got to show it off. See? Got that new ring. Oh, yeah, man. Congratulations on the ring. Uh,
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
for every 100,000 you make, you're gonna get a diamond in it. So I'm expecting bunches of diamonds next year. So we'll continue to push forward for that. But let's just chat, man. Let's chat back and forth. So first thing is to everybody watching, kind of give us a background, man. How did Rashad, for a trendy guy from Atlanta, Georgia, and got into the insurance industry? Give us the background. How'd you get into the insurance industry?
Well, the way that it happened is me and Adam Larkins, my regional manager, one of my best friends, we were all working at Verizon together. And Darren Willis walked into his store one day. Like I said, I wouldn't give you the whole backstory of how we got at Verizon, but me and Adam's been friends since college in Statesboro, like I said, over 10 years now. But the way it happened is Adam met Darren, our regional marketing director, and Darren put Adam into the business. Adam started moving a little bit about it. And what happened was we were both at the same space in our career. So it was kind of like, man, what else is there out there? We've tried different things. It just didn't work. Like, you get caught up in the perspective of a lot of people are doing this and it's making a lot of money. But when you get inside, you get involved in it, you're not making the money that they tell you that you're going to make. So anyway, I was at that space and so was he. So I'm like, man, you go out there, you let me know if it's real. And if it's real, I'm gonna follow suit.
Well,
So
because I know a little bit about your story, obviously, but you are making pretty decent jack over at Verizon too. So, so it wasn't an easy transition just to bail out, right?
no, not at all. Like the thing was, like I said, I was making, like I said, decent, barely decent, and I had just got a promotion to where I was getting what we all claim to love to get is a 9 to 5. So I don't have to work weekends anymore. I don't have to deal with the retail hours. So I'm like, I got my new position, and this is right when Adam was making his transition out. So it was like, hey, look, I got my 9 to 5, so I'm gonna sit this one out, and then you let me know how it works for you, and if it's worth it, then I'll just kind of wean it in over the weekends like that.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened,
And
and
and you started selling just kind of like very, very part time with us, right?
I did. I would say this: I got licensed in 2018. I didn't utilize my license. I was in like September 2018. I went to the conference first and I
Okay.
saw a lot of people doing a lot of great things in the business and I was sold on it. Okay. Or at least I thought it was. I was sold on the company. I was sold on what it does, the benefits, everything. But me personally, I didn't utilize my license until January 2019. And that's when I kind of consider myself going full-fledged part-time in the business in January 2019.
So I mean, Rashad, you're a young guy. I mean, so what, obviously, what are some of the things that, like, obviously we can talk about money all day long, and that's great,
Yeah.
but there's more than just money that drew you or draws people over here. What are kind of some of the things that drew you over that you started noticing, maybe about Adam, maybe in general when you started doing it part time? What did you start noticing about the business that kind of captivated you and drew you into it even more?
Like you said, money is a great catalyst, but for the most part, it was the time. Like I was noticing that me, Adam, Marcus, like literally we're living the same lifestyle, but they have more time than I have because I have to be the work Monday through Friday, and well, man, we might just stay an extra day or something. It's just, I get back in the field when I get back in the field. So it was more so the time that they had versus the time that I had.
Yeah.
And we're great friends, so they'll say things like, "Oh man, what you got to go to work tomorrow or something?" And I'm like, "Actually, I do have to go to work tomorrow." And it takes a little dig at your pride a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? Seeing the time that they have and they're still able to live the same lifestyle that we created from the
Yeah.
money we made at Verizon, it's
Yep.
got to be something more to it. So that's what kind of jumped me into the business.
Yeah. So before we go too far into what you did last year in 2020,
Hmm.
what fill us in. I don't get a chance to kind of hear people's backgrounds very often. Obviously we know Verizon. Were you born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, or did you migrate there? What give me some insight on your family background and what you came from.
Gotcha. So pretty much, I was born and raised in a small town. The name of my city is Pennsylvania. It's like no, I'm sorry. The name of my city is Sylvania. It's like Pennsylvania. Just take the
Sylvania.
pen off.
Okay.
So it's Sylvania, Georgia, and literally, man, population probably 2,800.
Yeah.
Like three stoplights. Biggest restaurant we have is a Pizza Hut, which was my first job.
Hey.
Like literally, that's where I was raised. Like hardworking. I've been working since the age of 15. So
Yeah.
literally, when I went to college in the town over, I would say in Statesboro, that's kind of what jump started like everything for me. Like
Yeah.
graduated, I went to work at a paper mill, working 7 days a week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I realized that, you know what? I've always had that mindset that it has to be something more. So
Yeah.
working at a paper mill, no shade to people who do, I just felt like at 17, 18 years old, I got to do more. So that's what kind of jumped me into going to college, because I'm like, that's I'm gonna try this route and see what it does.
Yeah. I
And I
mean,
went to college, met
yeah.
Adam, graduated. Even when I graduated college, I ended up working at a glass fabrication warehouse in Statesboro, and I still have my kitchen manager job as well. So I'm working 19 hours a day for 6 days out of the week, from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then from 5:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. and I get back up and do it all again. So I felt like corporate America saved my life because I'm so used to working 19 hours a day. You put me in a Verizon building working 8 hours a day. I made more money my first month in Verizon than I made working two jobs for 6 months.
That's crazy.
So like
Yeah.
that's kind of like where I came from. So I've never been a stranger to hard work. So
Yeah.
getting in this business, it felt like a breeze, I guess you could say.
Well, and there's nothing. Listen, man. This video is not to go out to ever to make anybody feel like there's anything wrong with a corporate job. I mean, those are fine. I had one prior to this as well. But Rashad, I mean, listen, I've never even heard of your town that you came from. First of all, and I know a lot of towns in Georgia. I've never heard of that one. Um, but I mean, dude, if listen, man, I mean, let's shoot reality straight. I mean, you're not from a town where you were meant to walk out of there making a $100,000 plus a year income. That's
I,
not what that town was built for. It's nothing wrong. Great, hardworking people, right? But it's just like,
yes,
sometimes people get the cards they get dealt are the cards they're dealt. But you decided to push through. You went to college. You worked your tail off after college. You got into Verizon, and then you started seeing that there's a better opportunity in life to control time. And there's nothing in any playbook that says your value is based upon the time and you invest into anything. So you figured that one out real quick, right?
yeah, yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Like I always said that, like your current environment doesn't have to determine like your destination or your current circumstances. So at the end of the day, for me, like I looked it up last year, matter of fact, and this made it more realistic for me, man. The average income from where I'm from is roughly around 38,000.
Dude, so you,
So
you made as much as the average income times 3 to 4.
I
That's
did.
ridiculous, man.
I did. So and that's what makes it real for me because it hits home because like I said, we all come from humble beginnings
Yeah,
and
of
that's
course.
just point blank period. You know what I mean? But just fighting your way, pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps and making it out of a situation like that, it's a blessing, for a lack of better words, I would say. And I'm most appreciative for the mindset, for the upbringing, and just for the perseverance. Like that's all I know is hard work and perseverance. So like I said,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
someone asked me yesterday. They were like, "Why do you keep? What's the driving factor?" And I said, "Man, the money's always great, right? It's always great, but man, I'm a thrill of the kill kind of guy. I just always think we have more in us than we do. you
Of
know,
course.
and I'm always willing to fight to see how much more I can go do, to see how much more I can accomplish, and how many more people I can help. What's Rashad's driving force? I mean, obviously, man, listen, dude, you are the American dream, dude. You are a six-figure young individual working hard, but enjoying life. You know, you are what the American dream was made of. You know, what's the driving force to keep Rashad continuing to move on a weekly and a daily basis?
For me, I would chalk it up as my family. For first and foremost, my mom is still working.
Yeah,
So until I can retire her from her job, I'm not gonna stop working. So there's no reason for me to stop if she's still working. So once that happens, that's fine. But I also have a little brother who looks up to me, and he sees the way that I operate. I tell him all the time, going to school is amazing, but you don't have to if you don't. You know what I mean? You don't have to go to school to be successful. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And I tell him that. And it's just living that example. Like I'm always gonna be one of those people who I practice what I preach and I live my words wholeheartedly. So I
good.
would never tell you anything that I wouldn't do or I haven't already done myself. So just being that, because like I don't have kids, so it's hard for me to say my kids are my wife. It's just my family, like, and
Yeah,
literally living my own truth and being, like I said, that catalyst for somebody else. I just spark the ignite the next brain, I guess you could say, to go out there and design their own future the same way that I did.
yeah. I mean, dude, your mom's got to be crazy proud of you. I mean, you come from a town that the average income is 30 plus thousand bucks. You're a six-figure income earner. You're young. You know, you still got a lot of road ahead of building that success. You know,
Yeah,
and so she's got to be crazy proud.
she is, man. I was hoping to fly her out to Orlando for the convention when I got my ring, but COVID-19 kind of threw everything off. But it is
Hey,
what it is.
there's always next year and more diamonds, Dad.
Oh,
So
it's more
let's.
diamonds to get. You're right.
That's right. So she'll continue to be proud of you. All right. So final words. So this is the final word. You know. So Stencilvania is where you're from, right? Stencilvania.
No,
So-
I said it wrong the first time.
yeah, I was about to say, fix
So
me on this.
it's so the name of my city is Sylvania, not to be
Sylvania.
confused. Yeah, not to be confused with Savannah. Because people think, oh, you just
Yeah,
country, you can't say Savannah. No, it's like
Sylvania.
saying Pennsylvania. Just take pen off, and that's it.
Sylvania. Got it. All right.
Sylvania, Georgia.
So you're sitting on here, featured agent on Agent Spotlight for the week. You know, six-figure income earner for 2020. Great year, by the way, just record year for you, and
Yes, sir.
continuing to grow. This year's already starting off with a bang. Um, but talk to final word. You got someone on here from Sylvania,
Sylvania. Yes, sir.
size town, or anybody in general looking at you, wanting to, listen, they're living life. Their income's decent, but it's not great. It's, they don't control their time. What's Rashad's, if they came to you and they said, "Hey, Rashad, what do we do? Why should we start going in this direction?" What's your word? What's your final word to them? Give them some
My
final words.
my final word to somebody looking at this video would be: figure out what it is that you love and want to do in life. Okay, like figure that out first. Once you figure that out, find out how to get there. Like the road is not going to be easy. The road is not designed to be easy, and everybody's journey is different. So don't look at somebody else's story and think mine has to look like that. Like we all have one destination in mind, and our journey is going to be different to get there. Okay, so that's first and foremost. All right. So at the end of the day, once you figure out what it is that you want to do, surround yourself and design your lifestyle around people who live that life that you want to live. So figure it out and then go do it. Like at the end of the day, a lot of times, even in business and even in life, we sit on our ideas and we rarely put action towards them. So the moment that you put an action behind an idea and then you match those actions with your dreams and your goals, like the sky's the limit.
That's
Like the
right.
thing is, the reason this business works for me is because I have embedded my dreams and desires inside of this business, so it makes it that much easier to do it, and it makes it that much harder to sleep when I'm not doing it. So it's like this is my life now. Like everything is coincided with what I do because I know the end goal that it's going to get for me, and I just know that the actions all fall back on me. So if I have good days, it's because I went to work, and if I have bad days, it's because I was probably too lazy to put the extra work in. So I have to put more work in, and that's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, if somebody wants to get a hold of you after seeing this video, how do they get a hold of you? What's your Insta, and give me some information about you. What's your Instagram? How can I
So
hit you up?
you can, of course, find me on Facebook at Rashad J Gaines. My Instagram is going to be my business page, Emerald Vision Group, on Instagram and on Facebook. And for the most part, that's where I'm at. Like I said,
Emerald
Rashad J
Vision
Gaines,
Group.
Emerald Vision Group.
Rashad J Gaines or Emerald Vision Group on either Instagram or Facebook. Check Rashad out. Rashad, congratulations again on a six-figure income earner. We're looking forward to seeing a lot more of that in 2021, my friend. Thank you for joining us on the Featured Agent of the Week Spotlight.
Hey, Jared, thank you so much, man. I appreciate everything you do in your leadership, sir.
My pleasure, buddy.